Welcome to Tech Ratings Eventing Podcast, and we have another cup of tea show for you today, listeners, very kindly supported by NAF. Now, our guest today has literally just walked through the door after a very, very long journey home from winning the NAF 5-star Bramham BE80 Championships. Welcome to the show, Emily Tamblyn.
Hi, thank you. Hi.
Now, you had a very long journey back, so we really appreciate you. You've literally walked through the door after your huge journey from Bramham back down to Cornwall and jumped on this course. So, no, we are very, very appreciative of your time.
You're welcome.
But before we get stuck into Bramham and everything that happened over this last week, give us a little bit of an insight into yourself and where your eventing journey began.
So I've owned Pinky for 2 years, and he was bought just as a hunter, and I was just going to hunt him. He's evented previously before, but I haven't with any great success. So I thought, well, he knows what he's doing. I'll give it a bit of a go, and we started off. 80 is my limit. That's all I want to do, and that's all. I don't aspire to do anything else. I'm happy at 80, and it's what suits both of us. And we started doing quite well. I thought, well, my friend Lizzie, where I keep Pinky on livery, she kept banging on to me about this 80 champs, and I was like, oh no, I don't know, I'm not sure. She was like, well, you might as well give it a go. So I, got the qualifications to do the area qualifiers, and then went to the qualifiers, and we didn't qualify because I had a run out cross country, and I was like, well, that's that, obviously not meant to be, and didn't think any more of it, and thought, well, I'll try and qualify again next year. And then I got an email, and I qualified for Bramham on a wild card.
That's really exciting, because you kind of felt like the dream was over, and then it suddenly reignited.
Absolutely. Yep. I thought, well, that's me. That's game over. I'll try again next year. And I got the email. So that was very exciting. I almost didn't believe it.
And actually, am I right in saying that you're a lorry driver by trade?
Yes, yeah. So Monday to Friday, I'm a lorry driver. So I'm up at 5, and I normally don't get home until about 6.
How do you incorporate horses into that type of life?
Yeah, so Pinky, I'm very lucky. With my team, I've got a home. Pinky is on full livery with my friend Lizzie Luxton in Devon. And she looks after him very well for me. So I can, especially in the winter, I leave for work in the dark and I get home in the dark, and I'd have no way to keep Pinky fit enough for hunting. So she keeps him ticking over for me. So I've got a fit hunter in the winter, and then luckily in the summer I've got lighter evenings, so I can ride him a bit more myself. But I'm very grateful for the team I've got at home.
And on to Bramham. Have you ever been to Bramham before, even as a spectator?
No, I haven't. Never ever been to Bramham. So everyone was telling me it was so beautiful, and it's this and it's that, but you just never believe until you see it for yourself. Like, it was such a beautiful venue, and it was lovely. It was so nice to be there.
And what was it like competing at such a prestigious venue? Because it is a huge atmosphere there, because the 4-stars going on as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's I thought it was really nice that the cross countries, like, as you're going round, there's 4-star fences dotted here, there and everywhere. So it really felt like the 80 was included in the Bramham 4-star as well. It wasn't completely separated. It was still incorporated. I thought that was really nice.
And your week at Bramham started your dressage was on the Wednesday, if I'm correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you go up on the Tuesday, or were you up there before?
Yeah, no. So I went up on the Tuesday. We travelled up Tuesday morning. It took us 7 hours to get there. So we got there like mid-afternoon, and I just gave him a big grass walk and settled him in. He doesn't need riding for hours or lunging or any of that. He's a very easy boy. He travels very well. He just wants food. So as soon as he got there, all he wanted was a grass walk. That's all he wanted to do.
I like horses that are food orientated. I think they're much easier to manage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And talk us through your dressage, because you actually led from the start. You had a fantastic dressage. Did you expect for it to go as smoothly as it did?
Yes. I mean, I I am very lucky. He was beautifully produced by Helen Pavey. And he loves dressage, and he's very good at it, and it makes my job very easy. I just have to sit there and steer. He makes the job look impeccable. Like I am very lucky. But when I saw the results from the day before, and like the lowest was like a 33, I was like, oh no. And everyone's like, oh, if anyone's going to get a sub 30, it's going to be you. And I was like, no, shut up, no, quiet. Like, you're putting the pressure on now. And quite a lot had gone before me, and I was like, oh no, there's still no sub 30s. Like, what's going on? And signal wasn't very good at Bramham, like where we were, and I was refreshing it, and nothing was coming through. And then actually my mum texted me, and she was like, you're never going to guess. And I was like, you're joking, you're absolutely joking. So mum's text came through of my score before I actually got the score myself. So yeah, that was amazing. That was really amazing. And then for nobody else to have a sub 30 either was just, yeah, even more special.
So you got a 29.3, which, like we say, the only dressage score to be in the 20s. Amazing. It's the icing on the cake for you. And if anybody's not seen Knockenpower Rory, he is just this most beautiful crystal white horse. He's like a unicorn. How on earth do you keep him clean like that? You've done a really good job.
Well, there's actually a funny story in that. So he gets a lot of baths, a lot of baths. And just before Bramham, I bought this purple shampoo that is meant for humans, and it's like a purple hair mask, they call it. And I thought, well, I'll whack a bit of that in his tail and whack a bit in his mane, just, you really bring out the white. And it said to leave it on for 5 minutes, and I thought I left it on for 5 minutes. And when I washed it out, I was like, oh no, it's purple. Oh no, he's purple. So then I had to give him another, and then I had to give him another bath. And I tried a blue shampoo that time, and I thought maybe the blue will take out some of the purple, and it absolutely did not. He went to Bramham with he looked like he had a blue rinse. So yeah.
So we nearly had a purple Knockenpower Rory and then a blue one.
I nearly actually made a real life unicorn. Yeah.
That is a first. I've not seen a purple eventing horse, so
yeah.
And as we say, you were in the lead after dressage. How did you feel in the show jumping and the cross country? Because that's some pressure going into it in the lead, isn't it?
Yeah, well, show jumping is my weakest phase, and so I was extra nervous because we've been practicing a lot. Lizzie's been helping me so much with my show jumping, and I did take him to a local show the week before just to kind of get the being in the ring out of my system, like, because I get so nervous. And he jumped amazing, so I was just trying to think of that. I said last time we were in the ring, he jumped great, and he really helped me out. He really did, because I missed an absolute cracker into at least 2 of those oxers, and he went, Mum, hold my beer, I've got this. And he absolutely, he saved my ass for sure.
They seem to know when it's an important day, and like, yeah, I've got you, it's all right.
Yeah, he knew. Oh, he absolutely knew. He knew. And it was a really lovely arena up there, and there was a big crowd, and it felt like everybody's watching because they knew I was the leader as well. And he just loves a crowd. He always loves to perform and show off. He loves to show off. And yeah, he knew the pressure was on, and he luckily he saved me.
And what were your first impressions of the cross country? Because Ian Stark designs a beautiful course there, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah, the course was lovely. It was I thought it was definitely a championship track. There was a lot of combinations, a lot of questions. It definitely wasn't going to be easy for sure. Cross country is our best phase. Like we hunt all winter. I absolutely love cross country. He eats it up, like, fantastic. But he is very big, so combinations and turns and things are trickier for us. And fence number 11 was the one that everyone's asking questions about, and it was, everyone was discussing the alternatives and can we do this and can we do that. And I must have walked the course 2, 3, 4 times, and I spent a lot of time at 11 just looking over and over and over. And I decided if I hadn't gone clear show jumping, I would have gone direct at 11 and just given it a bash. But as soon as I went clear show jumping, I was like, I cannot risk it. I am absolutely not risking number 11. So I spoke to the TA and I was like, look, can I jump, do what I wanted to do? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And, you're not crossing your track, so absolutely you can do that. I was like, right, fantastic. So on my way towards 11, I shouted out, I'm going long, because I did not want them to think at all that I was trying to go direct, because I was not risking it. So I'm galloping up to it and I'm trying to breathe, because normally I don't breathe the whole way round. So I'm trying to breathe on my way in. I'm shouting to them, I'm going long. And then I jumped A, and then he actually did quite a tight turn after A, which I was quite impressed by, and then came round straight to B, popped it, and And on our way, and off we went. And he he absolutely ate the rest of it up. I can't wait to see my my cross country video, because he was incredible. It was a really good spin, really good spin.
It'll be one of those videos that you play on the TV and then go, I'm just going to watch that again and again.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm very vocal as well, so I've been talking to him the whole way round. So if they pick up on that, it's going to be brilliant watching for sure.
I love, though, that you said that you had a query and you went to the TA to speak about it, because I think it's really important for people to know that, the TA is there to help you. It's great that you went and asked the question.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Like, they were so helpful. Like, when we first got there and there was a little briefing at NAF, they were so welcoming and so friendly. And they were like, if anyone's got any questions, like the stable manager and the TA and everybody, they were so welcoming. You didn't feel like you couldn't ask a question. I felt like if I wanted to ask him 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, he would have just absolutely been so welcoming. It was really nice.
And what was that feeling like when you crossed the finish line and thought, I've done it?
Wow. I mean, yes, that was fantastic, but I had an issue starting my watch at the beginning because I couldn't quite hear the starter counting me down. So when I went over the finish line, I was like, oh no, I don't know if I was too slow, because I knew obviously at 11 I had to pick up the pace a bit because I'd gone the alternative. And I was looking at my watch thinking, oh no, was I too slow? And then I heard the commentator like kind of Knockenpower Rory, and then he stuttered, and I was like, oh no, please no. And I'm now listening, and I can hear everyone else around me like we're all waiting for him to like say. And then by 0.1 I was in the lead by, it was, oh wow. But like I said, by the skin of my teeth.
But I must say, it's quite impressive, because this is your first affiliated run of the season. And to go out and win a championship, that is a very, very impressive start to 2023 for you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I entered 2 BEs and they both got cancelled on me. So I said to Lizzie, I was like, what are we going to do? Like, I do not want to go up there without having a run. Because I don't really like cross-country schooling, because your blood's not up. And I like, when you're at an event, he's excited, I'm excited, let's kind of just go. So I don't really go cross-country schooling. So luckily I went show jumping. So I got that out of the way, and absolutely touch wood, luckily. My local event were running unaffiliated, and I squeezed in so last minute extra entry. I said, pretty please, can you squeeze me in anywhere? Like, absolutely anywhere. So luckily I had one run just so we both got out, and then I said, well, it's do or die now. There's nothing else I can do, and off we go to Bramham.
Well, maybe that's your tactics for the start of the season next year, is don't do too much and go straight into it, and you'll probably win it all.
Yeah, less is more. Absolutely, less is more, guys.
And what will be next for you and Knockenpower Rory?
Well, he's not actually had a holiday since the hunting season. He hunted all winter, and then was straight into prep for Bramham. Yes, everything got cancelled, but I was still up, keeping him fit, keeping him cantering. So I think I'm probably going to give him a little holiday, and I can't let him go out in the field too much because he'll get absolutely ginormous. So he'll probably just have a couple quiet weeks hacking and just ticking over, and then I am going to reassess the diary and see what I've got in store.
And if somebody is sat here listening to this podcast, or, looking through the results and thinking, I really fancy giving Bramham a go one year, what advice would you give to somebody who's on the fence about it?
Oh, absolutely do it. Absolutely go for it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I came all the way from Cornwall, and I don't regret it at all. It is well worth it. It's a very well run event. It's a beautiful venue, and yeah, I couldn't fault it at all. Facilities, stables, everything is a 10 out of 10 for me. So I would highly recommend it to anybody that's thinking about it. Just if you qualify, don't even hesitate. Just do it.
Well, a huge congratulations, Emily, on your fantastic win at the NAF 5-star Bramham BE80 Championships.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you as well also to NAF for not only sponsoring this podcast, but also the championships and all their support throughout eventing. Listeners, we hope that you've really enjoyed hearing Emily's story. And if anybody's out there, thinking about if they should give it a go or not, go for it. Have a blast and go for it. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back soon with more.